Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So you've had a lot of questions about, how to get started with makeup, and I have answers for you. It's not easy and it's not cheap, especially starting off, okay? I have been doing this now for over 4 years, and let me tell you, I wish someone had sat down and gave me a guide on like where do I start, especially if you know nothing about makeup, right? So the first place we're going to start is with our primer for our face. Before we even start applying makeup, what do you need to do to your face? So the first thing you should do is make sure you're starting with a clean canvas. You always want to make sure your skin is clean. Please do not start off with a dirty face and then put all this product on your face, because that is how your pores get clogged and that can cause outbreaks. So we don't want that. Now, the next thing you need is a primer for your face. I have two different types of primers that I'm going to show you. I have oily skin, so this primer is only for my oily beauties out there. And this is Counterbalance Oil Control Hydrator. If you are new to my channel, you don't know that this is my holy grail product. I live by this product. And basically what this does is kind of keep my skin or my makeup lasting all day instead of oil coming out of my skin and showing through my makeup. So, and yes, you can use more than one primer. But right now, I have been stuck on Becca's primer. Looks like this. It's really cute. And it's called Becca First Light Primer Filter Instant Complexion Refresh. It's a base. So this, if you see that it has or say the word base, go for it. This is a product that you want to use before applying your makeup to your skin. What it's going to do is basically have all your products last and have something for it to stick to. And it also helps with your makeup lasting all day, because you'll notice if you're having any problems with your foundation, and it's probably because you're putting your foundation directly on your skin, and I'm sure you're not getting the same payout as your, YouTube gurus. So again, those are two great primers that you can use for your face. We're going to move on to foundation. Now, foundation comes in so many different types of forms. It comes in a liquid, it can come in a powder, it can come in a stick. So most people are no longer using powder as a foundation. And I'll get to that later on in the video. So right now, my holy grail product is the Becca Cosmetics Ultimate Coverage Foundation. It's 24-hour wear. That's what I have on now. And I'm filming late in the I'm kind of filming late at night. So I put my makeup on this morning probably around 9 or 10, and it's still on my face, and I think it still looks great. Otherwise, I wouldn't be filming with it on. My shade, in case anybody was wondering, is Espresso with Becca Cosmetics. I love them. So, and it's liquid form. It comes out and it has a pump. Makes it really easy for beginners to apply it. Now, the next foundation I have is in the stick form. And this is by NARS. This is another holy grail that I absolutely love. And now it won't roll up. I don't know why it's tripping. Oh, it was me. And I'm Trinidad in NARS Velvet Matte Foundation Stick. Now, I love NARS foundation sticks. I love their foundation. However, I wouldn't recommend this product for women with oily skin. If you have combination or dry skin, I would go for this because it's full of moisture. But it's not a last all day unless you have a routine that you're using to, basically keep your skin matte with this foundation on, which is really hard to do. But I still live by NARS. Great company. Black Opal True Color Foundation Stick. So we're going to move right along. I've gotten a lot of questions about my eyebrows. I don't do a whole lot to them, but I do use several different types to give my brows the way that they look. I use the MAC Spike brow pencil. I use this to fill in my brows. I don't use them to draw or to outline to make it look more defined. But I do like that it has a spoolie on the end of it so that I can go back and make sure everything is blended together. I use this after I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is a gel liner. So with this one, you have to buy the brush that goes with it, which is kind of expensive, but it's about $22 at Ulta or Sephora. And my color that I use in this is dark brown, and this is their Dip Brow Pomade, and it shows up really, really well. And you have to use a light hand with it because a little goes a long way with it. So we are moving right along. We're going to start to our eyes. You know, something to me that just defines and pull the whole look together. And you also need to reset. Before you do anything to your eyes, you need a primer. If you're just starting out, I would use the Urban Decay Primer Potion. It's also anti-aging, and that's one of the reasons I absolutely love this product. They have samples or small sample sizes that you can get in Sephora for free to use for a while before you invest in a one of their regular sizes. So this is the base, and on your eyelids, you want to apply this first so that just like with your foundation needing something to stick to, your eyeshadow needs something to stick to. Also, it helps with the color payoff, especially if you are of darker skin tone. You definitely want to use this if you're going to be using colors that might not show up as well. If you are just going straight from your eyeshadow palette with your brush and straight to your eyes, that's probably why you're not getting the same results as whatever video that you probably watch from YouTube or Facebook or, you know, an Instagrammer. You need this in your life first. Now, if you have a coin or two that you want to spend, I would recommend using the Painterly Pro Longwear Paint Pod by MAC. This is what I use on my eyelids. You've seen several of my tutorials with me using this product. I live by this product, and if I'm doing any bold looks, I'm definitely using this instead of this. This I'm going to use if I'm doing a natural, everyday look. But if I'm going to film a video and I want my makeup to stand out and pop, I'm going to use the Painterly Paint Pod by MAC. So, moving right along, we're going to get to what you guys want to know. Where do you start with your eyeshadow? What do I go? What do I do? You know, should I get a drugstore brand? I mean, whatever your budget can afford, I would recommend getting a quad, but I don't have a quad from MAC, so I'm going to show you what I have from Makeup Forever. I love this palette when I first started with makeup because it has so many beautiful, shiny, neutral tones. I feel like to have a good palette, you don't need a lot to start off with. You just need something that has a brown, a black, a gold, and maybe a few other lighter shades in between to start off with. This is perfect. This palette was $33 from Sephora. I feel like you can do so many different looks with this. You can do a smoky eye, you know, and you can go from a day to a night look. You can wear this look to work. I'm going to do a few tutorials using this palette. MAC has a really nice eyeshadow warm neutral palette. And this was my second palette. See how a great palette has a brown for you to smoke out the eyes. This has a really good transitional colors that you can use in your crease. And also for your highlighting, your brow bone up here. You know, I mean, it's just, I still use this palette. So make sure you have a black eyeliner pencil. You need that in order to get your waterline. With majority of your looks, even if I was doing a neutral look, I would still line my waterline with a black pencil or sometimes a white pencil if I'm being extra. And the white pencil makes your eye pop. The black eyeliner pencil gives you more of that, you know, cat eye look. It's just, I love it. I can't explain it. And then you also want to have a great mascara. To get, either if you're going to be putting on false lashes, you need a great mascara. And I would recommend getting the Urban Decay Bigger, Blacker, Badder mascara. It is what I'm wearing right now today that I have on. My lashes, I don't have on falsies today. So I would also recommend picking up lashes. You also want to get inexpensive lashes to begin because you're practicing. It's going to be a lot of errors, mishaps, trials, and tribulations when you're starting out putting on your own lashes. I know many of us go when we get our brows done and we get them to add lashes on to us so we don't have to go through the hassle of putting them on ourselves. But if you are, these are really good, and they're the Wispies, and they're number 8. And you can get them at your local beauty supply store. And Ardell is another brand that you can use that's pretty affordable in Ulta. And you can get a pack. Sometimes they sell them in a pack of 3 for like $10.99. And I think that's great, especially for practicing so that you can get better at makeup. So now we're going to talk about highlighting and contouring. So when you highlight your face, it means you want that particular area of your face to stand out. And when you contour, you want to give yourself a slimming effect. You don't want that to stand out as much. More like hiding. So here are the products that I use to contour and highlight. So these are pretty fancy products because I've upgraded. I really don't have any lower end products. So I use the contouring stick by Fenty Beauty, my girl Rihanna. And it's the match stick. I use espresso. It's like I'm espresso in everybody's color. And you always want to make sure this is maybe 3 times darker than your actual foundation. You don't, it's not contouring if you're like a shade darker. No one will be able to tell. That would be a waste of money. To highlight my face, I use Born This Way multi-use sculpture concealer. And it's super coverage. I have it on now. And you can tell when you highlight, you want to highlight here, here, down the bridge of your nose, and at the bottom of your chin. That's all I do to highlight my face. And on mahogany. Not espresso, but mahogany. And I like this because it comes out as a wand. Yes, and you don't need a lot. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, and 1. And you're good to go and blend it in. So starting out, you're also going to want a blush. You need a blush. Everybody needs blush in their lives. Oh, I don't wear blush. But you want to get into makeup and you want to know how all the looks come together, you need blush. I would recommend purchasing Amber and Rose blush from MAC. It looks great on everybody's skin tone. And it's more of an orange peachy color. And it's definitely, in my opinion, affordable. Again, $20 will take you a long way. So we're going to move right on into powders. Now, setting powders. When you're absolutely done with your face, you got everything where it's supposed to be, but you want it to stay in place. You need setting powders. Well, this is very easy. I purchased the Laura Mercier translucent powders. And I have one for highlighting. And this one is more of a like yellow base. And it doesn't have a flashback, so you won't see that funny looking that you see under people. You're like, ooh, girl, who didn't use the right setting powder on you? You don't want to be her. You want to make sure when you get your photo taken that your makeup look flawless all the time. So I'd highly recommend Laura Mercier. translucent powder. It's loose setting powder. It's basically what it is. And this is translucent. But I also got the deep dark or medium deep translucent powder. And this one is, you can see it's a lot, the consistency is darker than the translucent powder. And that's what I use to set my contour so that it will stay in place all day. Here are some products that I say you want to have fun with. I'm going to show you a dupe for the Fenty Beauty Ginger, Binge, and Mascara Mule. These are very hard words to pronounce, but it's a very pretty rose gold color, and it is the highlight as well as the blush. I loved these little duo palettes by Rihanna. Love them, but they can be a little expensive. So you're starting out. You want to save $1, a coin, or two. I got you. We're going to save some money today. So the dupe is the Milani Golden Light Spotlight and it's number 3 is what I use. I use this more than I use the Rihanna. Look at the colors. Try to get it. It's beautiful. It's got gold, rose gold, as well as peach mixed in. I also have it on right now. And I have not put this down. I've used this every single time I've done my makeup. Every single time. Sometimes I swipe it across and pick up all 3 colors at one time when I'm being extra. Because you know, girls, we love a good highlight. We do. But if I'm doing makeup and I'm using gold, then I use the gold, you know, and so forth and so on. So, wow, we've talked about a lot today. The last thing that I'm going to give you as far as your face goes is some setting sprays. We're just doing some dupes today, okay? So I'm going to give you the higher end, made by Scandinavia. You can also go straight to the source, which is Scandinavia, and get a setting spray for your face. I really want to do that, so glad I reminded myself. The All-Nighter Spray by Urban Decay. I love it, but again, it's kind of on the out of my budget, okay? It's kind of out of my budget, but this is basically it's just, oh my God, I'm finna be done with my makeup and I'm finna party all night, girl. My face gonna look flawless all night. All night. You see me use this at the end of each video that I do. My final thing is spraying my whole look and have it all coming together. It also takes away all the powder products that we use on our face. Not take them away, but I don't like the matte look. I like the dewy look. I just don't like my makeup to be dewy. Hopefully that makes sense. So a dupe to the All-Nighter Spray by Urban Decay is called Badescu Skincare. And this is their rose water spray. Very inexpensive. Very inexpensive. You can get this at Ulta for $4, okay? Ulta, $4. And I love the fact that the products are cruelty-free. If you're going to buy any of the products from Badescu, don't even know who he is. But this is a very, very great product. And I use this more than I use this because this costs more. And if I run out of this, I can always have this as my backup. If that kind of go together. The last thing that I want to talk about today is just giving you a nude lip. Kind of sort of like the lip that I have on right now. Now, because I am more on the, I got a lot of melanin in my skin, a little chocolate girl, I don't recommend getting brown lip liners because unless you're doing like a 90s look, and that's the look that you're going for. But if you're going for more of that, up-to-date, current trend, nude lip, you want to go with a purple or a plum lip liner. This is by Jordana. Go to Walgreens, buy a black one, buy a brown one, buy a red one. These are really good products for $1.99. really good because right now I can have, or I might have a lot of MAC lip liners in my makeup kit, but these work just as good. Okay, save a coin or two and get you these to start out. I'm gonna recommend you always want to have a good gloss. Okay, you can't beat having a good gloss. And this is the matte cream sheen gloss. I got this a very long time ago, and it's called Delight. This was in their Christmas set last year, I believe. And the final thing is my favorite nude lip that I'm wearing right now. It's a cream sheen. It's called Cream in Your Coffee. And it's so pretty. Let's see. You can wear it as an everyday lip. And it's got like a pink undertone to it. So, you guys, I have given you all that you need to go out and start your own makeup kit. Get into makeup. Let me just tell you something that most people won't tell people about makeup is it's just makeup. I know that people have a lot of rules that they say they do this or they do this way. Do what works for you. Everybody has their own style of putting on makeup. If you're following their tutorial and it doesn't work for you, follow another one. If you feel like you're ready to freestyle, freestyle. And practice. Practice make perfect with anything that we do in life. And it goes to say the same thing for makeup. The more you practice, the better you're going to get at it. If you don't practice, you'll always be waiting around for someone else to do your makeup. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy a video like this. And I will see you guys in my next video.